everyone, it's Carla here today. I'm going to be doing a tutorial with you. This is for Gina's Designs, and I'll put the link below for her website, blog, and then of course the link to the product I'm using today. And it's this one, so let me bring it up closer. Hopefully you can see that. This is the Say Cheese shape set, and I love these pieces. They're so amazing. You can just see how much you get in this bag. It is awesome. I've used a few of the pieces on a different project, but basically you can have several projects worth of things in this one bag. So here's all that comes in the bag. You have some of these really cute Polaroid frames. So this one says smile, then this one says say cheese, and then this one's plain. You get several of these film strips. So you get like a short wide one, and then you get a longer one, and it has some of these little pieces inside, and keep those because you can repurpose them. Then there's a whole bunch of these smaller frames. And then there's some of these smaller film strips. Now I used some of these, so this is all I have left, but I wanted to show you that one. And then there's these really, really cute little cameras. So there's this one, and then there's a different one here. And then there's a couple of these flashes. And let's see, I've got more of the little frames. There's a whole bunch of these arrows, and so you'll see a piece like this, and there's an arrow that was in here that I used already, but I keep these because you could use them again for something else. You can use the negative or whatever. And then same here, there's a little flash, and so I kept the frame that it goes in. So I have several of those. Here's an arrow, an example of one of the arrows, and this one actually pops out. So you can keep it in there, or you can take them apart and you would have two. So it's just an awesome, awesome value for what you're getting, because the possibilities and combinations are really, really endless with what you can do with these. Just all these awesome shapes. I mean, you could even use some of these for like a layout, like a construction, like a boy themed layout. You can make it like construction themed or like a technology theme, just a whole bunch of different options for you to play with. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a couple pieces and alter them for you. So what I'm going to do with the first one is I'm just going to take this little frame, and let me try to zoom in a bit, oops, in a bit more so you can really see what I'm doing. Okay, so what I'm going to do with this first one is I'm just going to show you a very, very simple way of altering these. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use embossing powder. So I have my Versamark, and here's the Versamark. If you don't have it, this is what you're looking for. And I'm just going to saturate the whole thing. Just push down on it. I might also just lay it down. Yeah, it's a little better. So okay, so let me go ahead and finish doing that, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've done 3 coats on the chipboard, and you can see how pretty it looks now. So I'm going to put the name of this at the bottom in the description, the embossing powder I used, but it's the Cosmic Pink Blue is the name of it, and it's pretty true to its description, to its name. It's pink with a really pretty blue undertones, so you can see in the light So I'm just going to set this aside and let it cool off. So this is how to emboss your chipboard. And then the next step, let me just clean up real quick. I will be right back to show you the next thing I'm going to do. Okay everyone, I'm back. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use one of these really cute little camera pieces. And you just want to make sure that you poke through all the little areas and make sure that the extra is not in there anymore. So what I'm going to do with this, I have stickles and I have perfect pearls, and I'm going to show you how to use these on your chipboard. So I think what I'm going to start off doing is I'm going to use the gold. I think I want a gold camera. So what I wanted to tell you is what I love about these little bottles is that they already have the perfect tip. So I'm going to zoom in so you guys can see. So you see how there's like this little area here? This nozzle tip is going to just go around it perfectly. It's just great to embellish your chipboard. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started. Just be careful when you're first squeezing it because it will come out really fast. And you're just going to treat it like you have a little paintbrush, and you're just going to fill in those little areas. And you can do several things. You can just trace the edges. You could use several different colors and do like a strip of gold, silver, like that. Or you can just fill it all in. It just depends how much of these stickles you have, or the glitter glue, or whatever. I'm definitely looking for some shine on my project, so this is going to be all gold, and I'm just going to fill it in. And you could, to preserve your product, your stickles, you could just lay some down and then spread it out with the tip. You just want to make sure that there's not any noticeable lines, obviously. So doesn't get much simpler than this, really. So I'm just going to continue doing that. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to really focus on getting this inner circle part. So I'm going to go nice and slow. And I'm squeezing as I'm going, but very, very gently. If you get a glob come out or whatever, just, you know, grab a Q-tip or something that'll get into that area and just wipe it away. Not a big deal, because this does take a while to set. So you do have some time, you know, it's not going to set really quickly on you. So that's good. So I'm just about done. I'm going to finish this up, and I am going to just gently dry it with my heat gun. So I'll come back when I'm ready to do that. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and put my heat gun on it just to dry it a little bit. And my heat gun is fairly gentle, so if yours is stronger, you just want to hold it away from your piece. You don't want it pushing the glitter glue off of your chipboard. Okay, so let me just hold this up for you. It's not completely dry, but I did want to set it a little bit before attempting to pick it up. And I just want to show you, look at that shine, how gorgeous that is. It's absolutely stunning. stunning. I love it. So I'm just going to set this aside and let it dry completely and move on to the next thing. So sit tight, I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back, and this time I'm going to use the liquid pearls, and this is the white. And so the same way I did the camera, I'm going to use this. So the tip is really, really fine, and it's going to be perfect, especially going around these letters. So you just want to go in and make sure all the little wood pieces are punched out, and you could be super fancy like me, or you could get a pin, a safety pin or something to poke the little teeny pieces out. So let's get started. I'm just gonna go around these letters, and I can't even tell you how quickly this is going by. I mean, it's so easy just to do it this way. Of course, you could use your paints, your metallic paints on here, but I just like using this one because it already has the little nozzle, and I don't have to clean paintbrushes later. So you just want to make sure you have enough before you begin. You don't want to run out halfway through. That would be not good. Okay. So you can see kind of how that's turning out. Super cute. And if you're into kawaii, you know, which is that style that they try to make it look like there's icing and like candy on your projects and stuff like that, that would be perfect for something like this, because you can see it kind of does look like icing. So if you wanted to put a couple of those candy looking pieces on the frame to decorate it, this kind of thing would be perfect. You could also use the fabric paints to get that bubbly effect or that puffy effect. Now this bothers me how it's all swirly, because I'm not going for the kawaii effect, but I'm going to show you what I'm going to do once I finish filling this in. So I'm not being too terribly particular. I'm just trying to fill it in. So don't worry about getting it all smooth and everything like that. Okay. So now I have that all filled in, and I'm going to try to zoom in a little more here.